all people of YouTube and the internet, people of the world. It's been about a year and a half since I've been on YouTube and put a video out. Over that past year and a half, I have compiled expressions and words that I use in Louisiana French on a daily basis in general conversation. Really that I didn't realize how much I used before. I knew it was a lot in my language every day, but I didn't know how much until I started recording and became aware of how much I speak in the French and my friends, my people around me. So I have a lot here. I do want to say that it is called Louisiana French, but it is French in structure. It is French in its basis. There's a lot of African, Spanish, Mobilian Choctaw, Native American in our French. That's why it should really just be called Louisiana French, not Cajun French or Creole French or anything. It's just Louisiana French. Those different languages or people that settled here in Louisiana in the colonial times. We also had, along with the French, Spanish, and Africans, we also had a lot of Italians that settled here. We had Mexicans, we had Irish people, British, and all of those different settlers and settling patterns affect our accent. And I think that's why we speak in a very non-rhotic accent here in Louisiana, mainly because of the French. But let me not start on that. That's a whole different video that I'm actually gonna do another video on hallmarks of my accent, of hallmarks of the Louisiana accent. I have a lot of terms here. So this is Louisiana Vieux Français, which is meaning Louisiana Old French. So I'll start with the Mais Garde donc. That means, well, look at that. Mais means well, and garde, we cut that short from gardes in French, which means to look. So, mais garde donc. And you have garde là-bas, which means look over there, look over yonder. Je connais, standard French, that means I know. And a lot of times we'll say je connais pas, which means no. Or we'll say mais je connais pas, and that is mais, the word that I previously stated. That means, well, I don't know. Mais je connais pas. Croche means broken or crooked or messed up. That's croche. Pay attention to the way that I roll my R's. It's the way that the R's are rolled in Parisian French, standard French. That applies as well to Louisiana Vieux Français. Ah-rhett ça means to stop. Stop that. Ah-rhett ça. And we have Bou-dey, which means to whine, cry, or pout. That is different but similar to Bou-dehn. Bou-dehn is a food. It is the holy grail of Louisiana food. Here I have a microwavable packet of Bou-dehn, of T-Boy's Bou-dehn. And if you're from Louisiana, then you had to have heard of T-Boy's Bou-dehn. It's amazing. Yes, this is Bou-dehn. It's rice and meat like liver and onions all stuffed into like a sausage casing. And we heat it up in a crock pot or a rice pot, or this particular one you can microwave, and it is like amazing. It is like the best food in the world. So, and you eat this with crackling. Crackling is pork fat fried, and it is the perfect combination with the Coca-Cola. So, okay, so got Bou-dehn, which is this, and you have Bou-dey, which means to whine, cry, or pout. Sah-seh-fee-dah means, oh, cute little girl. You have fesse, which means butt. Pee-yawnt, which is kind of like, we'll make that like a sound a lot of times, but Pee-yawnt is to describe something small or cute, well, not cute, but something small or little. And it is a lot of times what I'm referring to when someone passes silent gas or passes gas. We'll say Pee-yawnt. Did you Pee-yawnt? Got Groh-tet, which means big head or like a big person. You have Choou-dook, which I believe may be the Mobilian Choctaw Native American term. A Choou-dook is a small bird. It doesn't mean small bird. It is a type of bird that is small. And that word Choou-dook is a lot of times used as it could be used as a nickname for, I have someone in my family, my niece, we call her Choou-dook. You know, she's small. That was like a nickname given to her when she was a baby. Choou-dook, little bird. You got Plah-toe, which is my nickname. In my family, we all have nicknames. All the grandkids have nicknames, and a lot of them are in French. And this one was given to me. I'm Plah-toe, and it means like a pancake or a platter of biscuits, kind of like a pastry type thing. Plah-toe, which Plah-toe means flat, which explains the pancake part. So we also have ponce, and that's a standard French term. Ponce, of course, is stomach. After eating a big supper, you say, oh, my ponce is so big. I'm so full, my ponce is big. Coyo is another nickname. Coyo, which can be to say it's a shortened version of couillon, and couillon means a stupid person or a silly person. So Coyo is shortened kind of version of couillon. And I know a few people that are nicknamed Coyo because they're, you know, silly people, you know, kind of funny. Okay, frogs. We have like 3 different terms in French for frog, and the one that's used generally is Crah-poe. That's just a regular term for frog, and a lot of people say that's the Creole way to say it in French. Then you have Grah-nuhi, which people will say is the Cajun way of saying it, and that's actually all misnomers, but like I said, I'll talk about that in another video. It's a Grah-nuhi is like a TT frog. It's like a little green frog, the ones that jump on you and pee on you. And we have lastly a Owah-wah-rohn. Owah-wah-rohn. That's actually not a French term. It's a Mobilian Choctaw Indian term to describe a frog. The word for frog or bullfrog. It's a lot of terms that we have in our Louisiana language, Louisiana French, were adopted from the Choctaws and the Native Americans, and that is one of them. So you got Owah-wah-rohn. We have Shah-lawt, which is a green onion. We have a Shoo-kroot, which is cabbage. Onion, onion. Fatra or fatra, that's like a mess or like a troublemaking person, someone who makes trouble. It can also mean like a jumbled up, something that's jumbled up and messy. You also have a Thrah-kah, that's fatra and Thrah-kah with the th. So a Thrah-kah is a worry or a want for something. Example: Caitlin always has the Thrah-kah to go in the woods. My niece always has the Thrah-kah to go play in the mud holes outside. She always has the want to do it. That's what that means. You have Grow-vont, which means big stomach. Vont means stomach. Grow means big. You got Kawm-sah. Oh, that means, oh, it was big like that. Like Kawm-sah, it was that big. Kye-you, Not Kye-you the cartoon on PBS. Kye-you is a French term. It's a nickname. It can be a nickname. Anything in French can be a nickname. This one means like a bundle of dirt. That means like, oh, that's a little boy that likes to play outside. He likes to get dirty. So he's a little bundle of dirt, little Kye-you. Got Kah-me-sole, Kah-me-sole, which sounds like camisole, but it's to refer to a sleeping gown, a nightgown, Kah-me-sole. Got je n'ai pas, I don't have any. Je n'ai pas, I don't have any. C'est pas bon, not good. C'est pas bon, that was not good. Grah-tawn, Grah-tawn is pork fat. Like I said earlier with the Bou-dehn, Grah-tawn is crackling. It's fried pork fat. So Grah-tawn and crackling are the same thing. You got Grah-tein, which is different from Grah-tawn. Grah-tein is, we eat a lot of rice here in Louisiana, and the Grah-tein is the hard rice at the bottom of the pot. That's kind of like burned on the bottom of the pot, and a lot of people like to eat the Grah-tein. Okay, Sah-seh-fee-dah. Sah-seh-fee-dah. That is actually like a home remedy that we have for like upset stomach. It's for a sick stomach. It's made with like sassafras root, and we have this cube called, in French you say Sah-seh-fee-dah, but it starts with an A. A-C-I-F-I-D-I-T-Y. It's like a cube, and you put it into that mixture of ingredients. So it's called Sah-seh-fee-dah, the cube, or Sah-seh-fee-dah. Is an old home remedy for like when you have the mal-à-vents, when you have an upset stomach, you got the fatras, you have the diarrhea, you drink Sah-seh-fee-dah. You have the mal-à-vents, you drink Sah-seh-fee-dah. We have un quel bout, which means to cut a flip. Mardi Gras is coming up. There's going to be a lot of people doing that off of their trailers, I'm sure, and falling in the ditch and stuff. So we'll probably be saying un quel bout a lot in about a week here, because it's going to be Mardi Gras next week. We have the word grimise, which means crumbs. For example, like cookie crumbs. The word gal, that means like dirt, dirty. You'll say that a lot to maybe a kid that's been playing outside, and you say, you need to go take a bath. You got some gall in your neck. In the creases in your neck, you got some gall. Go take a bath. And that's also the same as galou. It's just a shortened version of galou, which means dirt as well. That also means dirt. It means dirt, cruddy. It can also mean lazy. Galou. Stop being so galou. Stop being so lazy. You got moodzi. You say that a lot to little kids when they're misbehaving. That means when someone's being bad, someone's misbehaving. To describe a misbehaving child. Ça fait chaud. That's standard French. It means it's hot. Ça fait froid. That means it's cold. Ça fait froid. Another expression is mais jamais. That means oh my goodness. Mais jamais. Oh my goodness. When that's used very often. Allons means come. Let's go. Okay. You got grep, which means it's an insult. It means an old ugly lady. It's definitely an insult to somebody. Grep. You got allons manger, come eat. Okay, as kids, we get into the cuss words. We all wanted to learn the cuss words in French as kids and go tell each other on the playground, va la mad, va la mad des filles putain. And va la mad des filles putain means something like shit ass, you son of a bitch, shit son of a bitch. Excuse my French, y'all. Excuse my language. And la mad means shit, or that shit. Tout temps la mad. Tout temps la mad means, like, usually you use that when you're exasperated with someone, you upset with someone. That means tout temps la mad. It's always some shit with you. All the time is shit with you. You got Kawm-sah, Kawm-sah, which means, oh, like this, like that. And that's a phrase used when expressing how you've been doing. When someone asks, oh, how you been doing? You say, oh, Kawm-sah, Kawm-sah. Not bad, not good, you know, I'm okay. You have consons, which means your underwear or your drawers. We got Ah-rhett. Ah-rhett means an outlaw, a loud person, a crazy person. They're gonna have a lot of Ah-rretts running around for Mardi Gras. Oh, also, Mardi Gras. We don't say Mardi Gras. We say Mardi Gras. And I think I said that in the other video, but anyway. Chien. Chien. Here you go. Chien. You have tatai, tatai, and betai. First I'll say tatai. A tatai is used to describe a little animal, like a little creature, a little bug. You'll say that to a kid, a child. You'll say, oh, don't let the little tatai get you. Don't let the tatai crawl on you. And now betai is a big bad animal or creature. Like a betai would be like a big bear or something like that. Like, you got some betais in the woods, you don't want to go in there. That means there's some big some big creatures that might hurt you. Pauvre bête or pauvre bête. You put the V or E at the end. Pauvre bête. That means, oh, poor thing. That means to feel sorry for someone. Got grimace. Grimace means to make a frown or a sad face or even an ugly face. Or a face like when you're in pain. A grimace. Like that. A babien is a frown. This is a babien. What you making that babien for? You better put that babien into a smile. A chocho is a fat baby or a fat child. It's a term of endearment. Oh, look at that little chocho. She's so cute. Look at that little fat chocho. A envie. Envie is the want for something. Like, I had the envie for some Bou-dehn. Fufu. Fufu means crazy. Mais là. Mais là. That means, well, there. Like, I can't believe. I can't believe she would do that. Mais là. A fofon is a big butt. Big butt, fofon. Or gros-fond is a big butt. Okay. Crotte. Crotte is a turd. Or an expression used to when you're speaking to like a misbehaving child or a misbehaving person. Stop being such a little crotte. Stop being such a little turd. Let's see. Lagniappe means a little bit something extra. Lagniappe. I went to the restaurant. They gave me another salad. So that was lagniappe. They gave me extra. Gris-gris. Gris-gris. That is an African. I believe, I'm most positive that's an African term. Gris-gris is like, oh, that's some voodoo. That's some bad stuff. Like, it means a curse or misfortune on someone. I don't want to go mess with her. She might put the gris-gris on me, you know. Watch aller. Watch is in English, and aller means let's go, you know, come on. So watch aller means come on, like it's an expression like come on, let's go, hurry up, get out the way. You say change aller is the word in English change, and aller, that means go on, come on, like you'll use that when you're saying, oh, come on, change the channel. Change aller, change aller. A tête sûre. Tetsue is a drunk person. That means like drunkhead. Drunkhead. Stop being drunk. You're so tetsue. Our godfather and godmother. For our godmother, a lot of older folks will say mare, which is standard French, but my generation and a little older will say nanny for our godmother. We'll call her nanny, nanan, tante, or tanti, which are both also French for tante and tanti, or French for aunt. And you have a godfather we call a parrain, or some people will say pas-dehn. They'll emphasize that D, pas-dehn. Uncles will say nonc before the name instead of uncle a lot of times. Like nonc Leroy, nonc. A lot of people will say, they'll mix nonc and uncle. Like in my family, my parents, brothers and stuff, I'll say uncle, but my great uncles, I call them nonc instead of uncle. Aunts will say tante or tanti, and we'll also say t, like Tissue instead of Aunt Sue or Tante Sue. We say Tissue. Cut it short. Oh Lord, I got a lot. I got 4 more pages. This is gonna be a long video. I might have to cut it in half. Okay. Excusez-moi means excuse me. Bébé is a term of endearment for a child or someone you hold dear. Bou, just the word B-O-O. We don't use it the same way as, general culture nowadays. We don't say like, oh, that's my boo. We don't say it like that. We call everyone boo. Like if you're at the register checking out and you say, okay, thank you, boo. And you don't even like really know the person. It's just like an understood thing. Or thank you, boo. Whenever you're checking out or something. Thank you, boo. Have a good day. You just kind of use that when you're referring to anybody. It could be a niece, nephew, friend, cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever, or just a random person, and you're just trying to be nice. Funky or funkated. Now, I don't think that's like really French. It kind of comes from probably the word fond. Like I kind of had said earlier, fond means butt, which can kind of correlate to like being smelly or stinky. And funky, well, that could come from funky, but we say with the O, funky or funkated, and we use that from when referencing something that's smelly. We just put our little spin on it. We say funkated. Funk is someone. It's the same as funky. Stinky person, trashy person. Dodo is to sleep. Capon means to be scared. Fais dodo is a dance. Fais dodo. Shawi, that's with the CH. That is another Mobilian Choctaw term that we adopted. That, again, the settlers adopted back then. And that is a coon or a raccoon. And Casse means to break. To break, or it's used to describe someone who has been in a serious state of inebriation. You drank so much last night, he was cassed. He was tore up. He was bad off. He was drunk. He couldn't function. Ça c'est bon. That is good. That's good. Viens voir ici. Viens voir ici. That means come see here. Come see. Viens voir. Viens voir. It's just come here. Viens voir ici. Come see here. Come see. And in English, we say come see all the time. That's something that's particular to South Louisiana. One of our terms, we say come see And people are like, see what? What you want me to see? Well, it means come here. Come see. Zore is ears. Zore. Poo-yawnt. Poo-yawnt. That's like an exclamation of surprise or excitement. Poo-yawnt. Trub means trouble. Tonnerre means thunder. And that goes into this expression that at least my family uses, I know, and I use. Tonnerre chien. Tonnerre chien. Which means, translates to thundering dogs. It's like an exclamation of disbelief. Tonnerre chien. A TT, to TT, is to pee, or to, it's used a lot when you're talking about, when you're asking a child if they need to go to the bathroom. You need to go TT? You need to go TT? Cousin is cousin. Say that one all the time. You say that a lot when you speak into older cousins, such as a second cousin, a cousin who's considerably older or younger than you. As a form of respect, we'll refer to them as cousin or cousin. You know, instead of just saying, okay, I'm 25 and I'm speaking to a cousin that is 52, I'll call him or her cousin. Cousin, whatever their name is. It's a form of respect. Comment-ça va means how are you? Ça va bien. Ça va bien. Oh, I'm good. I'm okay. I always greet my grandparents this way, and my grandparents always greet me this way. Ça va? Ça va bien. My whole life. Payas. A payas is crazy, messed up, scattered. Ta-ta. Ta-ta means to placate or to soften. It's used to say, like, example, ta-ta, I ta-ta'd the baby so she could go to sleep. I patted her on the butt so she'd fall asleep. I ta-ta'd her. Parien. Parien. That means, oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. Someone gives me a bag of oranges when I go visit them. I say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And they reply with, oh, parien. That's nothing. That's nothing. Okay. Kawin and galouse, or two terms referring to turtle. Now, these both mean turtle. And they also can mean the part of a woman's anatomy. The reproductive part of her anatomy. Depending on where you are from in South Louisiana, will determine which you use to describe each. Example, where I live, my family, we refer to a turtle as a galouse. And kawin is the term that would be for that woman's anatomy between her legs. Now, if you go somewhere like maybe Houma or way South Louisiana, they'll say kawin for turtle. They'll say galouse for the woman's anatomy. So it's just vice versa. And the simple way of saying it is, so there's no confusion, is tortu. That means turtle. Tortu. No confusion in that one. Tasso. Tasso is smoked meat. And a boucanniere is a smokehouse. A smokehouse. And boucanniere is where we smoke our tasso in a smokehouse. We have a la boucherie, which means a butcher. A lot of people still butcher their cows and pigs. They have animals on the farm and stuff. They have a boucherie. And for Mardi Gras, we'll have a boucherie in the middle of town, and that they'll smoke a pig. Well, they'll slaughter a pig and then smoke it in an boucanniere, or they'll put it over a fire and roast it. Va-de-yawh means to go outside. Va-de-yawh. A pot. There's two terms for a pot that you cook in. Where I'm from, we say chaudière. Chaudière. And in other parts of South Louisiana, they'll say castrol, castrol, like to say a cast iron pot, castrol. La ville is town, of course. I'm going to La ville. You need anything at the store? I'm going to La ville. El bonnier means lazy or to have the don't wants. Fatation means be careful. Va là-bas, va là-bas. That means go over there. Va là-bas. Get out of my way. Va là-bas. Jouer dans la boue means to play in the mud, or jouer des through boue also means to play out in the mud or to play in the mud hole. Got a rasoir, that's a razor. Taper va jour, taper va jour means like to slap your mouth, slap your mouth. We use the word, we use bouche for mouth also, but this term, this phrase you would say jour for mouth. Taper va jour, I'ma slap your mouth. That's like to say, stop misbehaving, I'ma slap your mouth. Or stop carrying on. Vilain, vilain is meaning, that means ugly. We have vilains for Mardi Gras, that if you misbehave during the Mardi Gras run, they'll whip you with their whips, vilains. And lastly on my list, plein pet. That's like a funny insult. That means full of fort. Full of fort. If you hear someone talking a lot of mess, you say, oh, they plein pet, or you plein pet, you full of fort. I don't believe nothing you're saying. It's usually, you know, when making fun of someone, it's a term all in good fun. So that is the end of my terms for this time around, and I'm gonna be back pretty soon with another video on my accent, particularly hallmarks of my accent, so I can get people to better understand the little nuances in our accent. And I guess while I'm at it, I'm at 30 minutes anyway, I'm gonna read a passage from American Sniper, which I'm reading right now. A lot of people requested that I read a passage so you can hear my accent. Soon after he joined us, we went on a train mission in Nevada. At the end of the day, a group of us piled into a 4-door truck and headed back to the base to get to bed. Mork was in the back with me and a SEAL we'll call Bob. For some reason, Bob and I started talking about being choked out. With new guy enthusiasm and maybe naivete, Mork said, I've never been choked out. Excuse me, I said, leaning over to get a good look at this virgin. Being choked out is a mandatory SEAL occupation. Mork looked at me. I looked at him. Bring it on, he said. As Bob leaned over, I dove and choked Mork out. My work completed, I leaned back. You mother, said Bob, straightening. I wanted to do it. I thought you were leaning over to let me get him, I told him. Hell no, I was just handing my watch up front so it wouldn't get broken. Well, okay, I said. He'll wake up, then you get him. He did. I think half of the platoon had a shot at him before the night was out. Mork took it well. Of course, as a new guy, he had no choice. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I didn't say a whole lot like I did in the last video, like many of you pointed out in the comments. I'm really sorry about that. It's just a crutch that I have that I'm trying to get rid of. But have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.